Hey, what's up, Rockstars? It's Roxanne here just to remind you about the Alleviated Aromas sale that will be going on. Actually, it's going on right now. Black Friday. Buy one, get the other half off if you spend $50. And if you spend $100 or more, you will get free shipping. These are 100% soy candles, 100% slow burning soy candles. And she has candles and wax burners as well in many fragrant scents. So just want to remind you all to support Alleviated Aromas. What's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. All right, you guys. So first story up, let's talk about DaveChappelle and him pulling the plug on the Chappelle show that was streaming on Netflix since November. So evidently in his last stand-up that has been recorded and put out there, maybe I think it might have been in the interview with him and Dave Letterman, I think, when he showed the part when he's talking about Netflix streaming the Chappelle show and not paying him. And the way that it worked was that the Netflix bought the rights to stream the show from Viacom CBS, which owns Comedy Central, So because the Chappelle show was on Comedy Central originally, they have the rights to sell it to the streaming services. Now, Dave Chappelle legally, I guess, can't really do anything about it because he did sign a contract. The show is owned by Comedy Central. However, he's a creative of the show and on the show, and he feels like a creative should get paid. He feels like that's the right thing morally to do. Well, we talking about business and we not talking about morals here. Two things that don't normally always go together. So while they were legally in their right to do so, with Netflix, Dave Chappelle was like, when he realized that it was on Netflix, he was appalled. He has a relationship with Netflix. He has comedy shows, exclusives on Netflix, and he knows he has his people there and let them know that, yeah, this is really not right. So he said he called up Netflix, the powers that be. And this is how you know when you got some power, because who calls up Netflix? But yeah, he said he calls up Netflix and was like, hey, Netflix, you have my show streaming on your service, and that makes me sad, okay? He doesn't want to be sad. Netflix doesn't want Dave Chappelle to be sad either. I'm sure he makes a lot of money for them, and I'm sure they pay him a lot of money as well, okay? So they said, well, we don't want you to be sad, so we'll take it off of our service. So Netflix, because of their relationship with Dave Chappelle, did do the right thing, remove the stream from from their lineup. But there are other streaming services that's owned by Viacom, CBS, including CBS All Access, that still has the ability to stream the service and are doing so. So Dave Chappelle has asked that everybody would just boycott his show. He was like, it sounds crazy to ask people to boycott his own show, but he doesn't feel that they should stream his show and he and the other creatives of the show not get paid. And I mean, like I said, morally, yes, that is sound and that is true. Business wise, I think these people are still going to go forth because there's not really anything that Dave Chappelle can do other than badmouth CBS. And I guess time will tell if he has the power to continue to talk about Viacom, really, because I mean, that's the giant that owns it. If his pressure or telling people to just flat out not watch the show will make any difference. I have the Chappelle show on DVD. I don't have a DVD player any longer though, but I know that I could, if I needed to, I could still watch them on DVD. And I guess that's how he's asking other people to remember him as well. It's a shame though, you guys, because the Chappelle show, at least the first season and a half, was really just, mwah! Child, you can't get no better than, those episodes. So people are missing out. Hopefully he gets it straightened. But yeah, Viacom they're shrewd. So we'll see what happens here. Good luck to Dave, though. I'm sure he has a lot of money. It ain't like he's hurting for it. But you know what? Right is right. I agree with you, Dave. All right, you guys, next story. What do you think it might be? Real Housewives updates. This one actually is not too big of a deal, but it's interesting. Tanya, I'm about to call her Tanya. Tanya Sams. Okay, you guys know she's been on the last couple of seasons as a friend of the show. There was rumor going around that she was actually getting impeached this season. I remember reading that all summer and even before that, she was going to be one of the bona fide housewives. However, now it's coming out that no, she continued to be a friend of the show. And I will continue to tell everybody that this is the reason why you can't say anything until the show is about to come out. They still haven't released their, official picture where they're dressed in their ball gowns. I'm assuming it should be coming any day now. The show starts in a week. A week and a half or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you just can't never tell who is confirmed as a peach holder until the deal is done. So yeah, Tanya Sams is saying that she is a friend of the show, and she has decided to pull herself off of the show as a friend. She is no longer recording, and she's citing that she was disappointed with the way that Bravo just overwhelmingly promoted the whole Strippergate situation that's coming up. And I was like, girl, where you been? I mean, haven't you been watching this show? Don't you know that they take those type of stories and blow them up all the time? I mean, think about what happened with Candy and Portia, and the whole sex dungeon thing. This is what they do. I'm always surprised when people get on these shows and not realize that something like that, a molehill to people that are involved at the time turns into a huge mountain. So, she said that she's disappointed in the way that has just been overwhelmingly promoted. You see, the rest of the girls are taking it in stride because they're used to it. I guess Tanya wasn't, but she said also last season she was, not really happy about the way they tried to play out the whole situation with Paul cheating, Kenya bringing the girl on there saying that he hit on her at a bar and all of that. She stuck it out then, but I guess now she's just saying the pressure is too much and she can't take it, or she doesn't want to take it. She doesn't have to take it. And this was probably one of the reasons why she was not really wanting to be a full-blown housewife. I know she skirted around with it for years. People kept saying that she should be, but this must be one of the reasons why she kept her option open. And because if she was a real housewife stuck in a contract, she would have to record no matter what, So, yeah, she's pulled herself off. She's also saying that she will not be at the reunion. And which kind of sucks because we like Tanya, but we'll see how it plays out in the season, and if we'll even miss her by the time it's time for reunion. You guys know how those things go. But yeah, I was like, Tanya, girl, these reality shows ain't no joke. Real Housewives of Atlanta is a beast. It's a machine, and it can chew you up and spit you out if you ain't ready. So she's still a friend of the show, saying that she's off. They did say that Drew is, she did get a peach, and that's they, we still don't have that official. And then I guess that means that LaToya, the YouTube personality who's also going to be on the show, her role will probably be stepped up. Still as a friend of the show, but they'll probably show her more because Tanya won't be around as much. So, yeah, you guys, that is what they say is going on now in the rumor mills of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And of course, the show will be starting, I think it's December, is it the 6th or 7th or something like that? Whatever the first Sunday in December is. Like I said, we'll be looking forward to seeing their pictures. It should be coming any day now, of them in their dresses and all, and that will confirm exactly who is who. And now that I think about it, maybe that's why they also waited, because Tanya was probably starting to do some talking about how she ain't coming to this bullshit no more. So they had to kind of just pull back and wait and see. So, yeah, y'all, that's the 411 on who dropped Kid Who. Shout out to Riri, Aretha Franklin. May she rest in peace. And next story. Okay, you guys, next story up. Damn it. I meant to watch J-Lo. Anyway, you guys, next story up, the AMAs. Did you guys watch them? They came on the other night with Taraji P. Henson as the host. I thought Taraji P. Henson did a great job as a host. I mean, with what she had to work with. You know, we like Taraji. She's bubbly. She's upbeat. She's positive. She is, you know, a 50-year-old Black woman who is still very much sought after. We can't say that about a lot of Black actresses, you know, so she's been able to stay in the game, and good for her. I loved her opening, her dancing. It looked like she was enjoying herself, all of that. So I thought Taraji P. Henson did good. You know, these shows nowadays, you don't really even have to have a host. We've seen them do it without a host, and it moves along well that way as well. But I think it's different in these times of these virtual, well, it wasn't really, excuse me. It wasn't really virtual this year. They actually had an audience. They were at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles, and they had an audience, but they were up in the balconies, you know, and they were socially distanced. They were trying to make sure they were being responsible and all of that. But they did have, you know, an audience, and they actually had the people there, you know, presenting the awards and doing their performances and everything. So yeah, it was good, you guys. I watched it, but I wasn't like glued to the channel, because I mean glued to the show, because I knew I wasn't going to be reviewing it like that. So occasionally I would take the dogs out to use the bathroom, or occasionally I would get in the tub and take my bath, you know. So there were parts that I missed. So I thought that I was waiting on Meg Thee Stallion, for example. She must have came on when I took Blue out to, you know, Blue and Jasmine out to use the bathroom. I had no idea. I mean, I hadn't even been out that long, but child, she was on and off, and I didn't even realize it. So it was like 10:30 or 10:15, and I had dozed off and woke up, and I was like, did Meg Thee Stallion perform yet? Because I dozed off, and they were like, girl, she performed in the first half of the show. And I was like, well, where was I? Because I know I was awake, but I must have been outside, you guys. So, but I did see her performance. Somebody tweeted it to me, so I did watch it, and I mean, it was good. It was Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not a fan of the song at all. The song actually gets on my nerves. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Not for me, okay? But it's all good for the girls that love it. I can see me dancing and having a good time to it, you know, if I'm out with my girls and this, you know, the song is up and real loud and everybody is trying to do the dance, because honey, that dance will get your ass back on board. Okay, just the fact of seeing their legs move so fast and them twerking, honey, this body don't do that no more. This body yaddy yaddy can't do it. Okay, that girl, I mean, honey, if it was gonna be a twerking contest, you know, her and her dancers, they definitely do it. So the performance was great, and it was, you know, but I'm not a fan of the song. I actually am not a big fan of the album. I'm not giving no review, but that's just my opinion, because somebody has asked me about it. That was one of the performances. What else stuck out? Katy Perry, her performance with Darius Rucker. You know, I didn't even recognize her. I know she's probably still holding on to her baby weight. She just had her baby, but she had on like this huge denim outfit. And I mean, I didn't even recognize her. She didn't really look like she had much makeup on, and she didn't look like herself. And not because she had picked up the weight. Her face looks different. Yeah, that was one of the performances I remember. I also remember Biv Devoe. Now, y'all know them my boys. Y'all know them my boys. They sounded great. They look good, uncles, for real, though. Okay, just the, you know, the for real step through rehearsal dancing. I mean, we ain't putting too much in it. You know, it's like 1, 2, 1, 2. But you know, they really on stage performing. They still sound exactly the same. Like Ricky Bell sounds exactly like he did 20, 30 years ago. So I always love to see them. This is how tired I was, child. I had got into bed, and I normally don't get in the bed. Like, I use the bed for like sleepy time. If I'm in the bed, I'm going to sleep. I don't normally watch TV in the bed because I'm going to fall asleep. So I usually stay up and do all of that, but I didn't do that for this award show. I got in the bed and I was dozing in and out, but I was awake for when they performed, but I didn't even get out the bed to perform the Poison, y'all. Child, I stayed in that bed, you know, because I was like, shit, they ain't doing it like that, so what I need to do it like that for? So, you know, I was in the bed, you know, it's always going to get a head bop, at least a head, but it's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it. Yeah, y'all, that's my jam. That's one of the ones that's always going to get me up, but not that night. So, yeah, I enjoyed them immensely. I just said at the beginning of the segment that I forgot to watch J-Lo. That was when I got in the bath. I actually remember when they announced her, and I was like, okay, let me get in the tub, because you've seen one J-Lo performance, you done seen them all, you know, all this dancing and booty shake. But what you guys tell me is that she copied off of a Beyonce performance. I haven't seen her performance, so I don't know what Beyonce performance that she supposedly had copied from. But you guys know it's nothing new under the sun, so these things do happen. But y'all seem to be a little upset with old sister Jennifer Lopez. Y'all tell me what the performance that she supposedly copied. And I'll have to make sure that I watch it on YouTube, because I didn't watch it. What else? I'm trying to think of any of the other performances that happened. Nothing else really stuck out like that to me. But I mean, it was an entertaining enough show. At the end, though, I just kind of didn't pay much attention. I think I might have dozed off again at the end, just because I was in the bed. But, you know, I don't even know who won what, you know. So y'all just let me know what y'all thought about the AMAs. I mean, they was cool. The Grammy nominations did happen yesterday. Some people are happy with them, some aren't. They say the front runners, Beyonce has the most nominations. I think they said that she has 9 nominations. She doesn't even have an album. Okay, she has many features, and she has a few songs that she did release, and she's been nominated on those songs. But yeah, not even with the album, and Beyonce is front running. All right, King. They say that Roddy Ricch and Taylor Swift are in second place with the highest amount of nominations at 6. And then, of course, there are many others that have been nominated. I'll go over the categories in a little bit, okay? Trevor Noah is going to be the host of the show this year. Well, actually, it's going to be next year, 2021. But he will be the host, and so that looks like that will be a good time. Side note, my book club, as our second book for the month of November, we are reading Trevor Noah's Born a Crime, which is a very good book. I would suggest that you guys all read it. It's an autobiography about his life growing up as a child in South Africa, apartheid South Africa, and afterwards. And yeah, really good read. It's interesting. The life about Trevor Noah, I had absolutely no idea anything about him. So it's a refreshing read. We're also reading The Black Mother of Hollywood, Jennifer Lewis's book, which was scandalous. But anyway, if you guys would like to join Roxy Reads Book Club, okay, it's strictly on Patreon. It is $2 to join the book club. We meet twice a month. We also have movie night. We actually just had movie night last night, Netflix movie night. We all got together and we watched Jingle Jangle, which was a cute little Christmas movie on Netflix with Felicia Rashad and Forrest Whitaker and Anika Noni Rose and many others in the book. In the movie. Very good. But anyway, getting back on track, you guys. The Grammys have gone through many changes to make sure that they are more inclusive and more diversified. Okay, so they have added 2,300 new voting members to the Academy. They, for the first time, released their rules and regulations of the whole voting process, something that they've never done before. They made sure that they made changes to the top categories so that it was more inclusive, because that has been a long time critique and complaint that people of color are not open to those, bigger categories. And, that Black people specifically are shut out of the, out of the chance to compete for those higher categories. So they've made some changes there. They also fired Deborah Dugan, who was the CEO, I believe. She hadn't been in there long. They fired her because they said that she had bullied some senior staff member of the Academy. But other people are saying that they fired her kind of in retaliation for her speaking out and saying that the Grammys were rigged and that they were a fraud. So the Grammys didn't like that. So they went on and let old Debbie go. And they brought in Felicia Butterfield. What's her last name? She got a new last name. We know her as Felicia Butterfield, though. No disrespect, but I don't know. I can't remember what her last name is. But she is now the chief of diversity and inclusivity officer. That's some shit that they done made up. They trying to make sure that everybody is happy. I'm not mad. Good for Felicia. I never really know what exactly she does, but I hear her name all the time, and she is definitely rising up the ranks. I've heard her mostly in the music industry, that name in the music industry. So she is a who's who in that, and good for her. So let's just talk about what the top categories are, and I'll tell you who's been nominated. Give me a second. All right, you guys. So for Record of the Year, we have Beyonce for Black Parade, Black Puma's Colors, DaBaby featuring Roddy Ricch for Rockstar, Doja Cat for Say So, Billie Eilish, Ellison, Everything I Wanted, Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, sorry if I'm butchering that name, Post Malone for Circles, and Meg Thee Stallion featuring Beyonce for Savage, okay? Song of the Year, we got Black Parade, that's Beyonce. We got The Box, that's Roddy Ricch. We got Cardigan, that's Taylor Swift. We've got Circles, that's Post Malone. We got Don't Start Now, that's Dua Lipa. That's Everything I Wanted, Billie Eilish. I Can't Breathe, her. If the World Was Ending, JP Saxe featuring Julia Michaels. Okay, Song of the Year, I think, is for songwriters. Album of the Year, we got Jhené Aiko for Shilombo. Black Pumas is the name of the song. Coldplay for Everyday Life. Jacob Collier, DeJesse, I'm messing that up. Volume 3. Haim for Women in Music, Part 3. Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia, Post Malone, Hollywood's Bleeding. Taylor Swift for Folklore. Best New Artist, this should be interesting. Ingrid Andress, Phoebe Bridgers, Chica, Noah Cyrus, D Smoke. Oh, I was going to say that's the only name I know, but it's not. But D Smoke, I do remember him from the Netflix show, K Trinata. Am I saying that right? K Trinata, yeah, and Meg Thee Stallion. Okay, so I think those are the top. I mean, we've got other Best Pop Duo. We got Best Pop Vocal Album, Best Dance Album, Best Rock. So anyway, those are the big names there that are, for the top positions. And good luck to everybody. There are some underdogs in there, and I would like to see some of the underdogs win. But we'll see. The rest of the list is on an NPR article. That's where I was reading this from. So if you guys want to read the article and see all of the people that were nominated, you're welcome to do so. Like I said, the Grammys will be airing sometime next year. I'm not quite sure what the date is. We'll put it on the screen if I'm able to get it. But yeah, y'all let me know about those folks that was nominated. Do you see it for them, or do you think that somebody was robbed? All right, you guys, next story. Let's talk about some infanticipations. Okay, the first one that we'll talk about, Summer Walker. Okay, she did reveal in a picture of her in a cute little, very short tank top dress. I guess it's still warm in California. I think that's where she is. She revealed her baby bump the other day. She looks cute. Okay, good for her. She is infanticipating with her longtime boyfriend, London on the Track, at least long time for Hollywood. And this is her first child, I believe. This is not London on the Track's first child. We know we've been hearing about his baby mama not being the happiest at times in social media. But as far as this pregnancy is concerned, the couple is happy, and that baby should be coming sometime next year. So good luck and congratulations to the happy couple. Right before I was about to do this video, I also saw that our girl Fantasia, her and her husband just announced that she's pregnant. This is not her first child. I'm not sure about the boyfriend, the husband, okay? But good for them. Like, they've been together a while now, and she seems to be happy in her marriage, and he seems to love her and be happy as well. So this is just a natural progression of things. So them two should be expecting their child sometime in 2021. So congratulations to them as well. Okay. Also, child, love is in the air. They say that Gabby Sidibe, I'm always just trying to put extra flair on shit and just fuck it up. She announced yesterday she was engaged to this white guy. Not that that matters, you guys. I don't know who he is. His name is Brandon Tour. I'm not sure. What does he do? Is he an actor? Is he a singer? Is he in the industry at all? Or is he just a regular guy that has fallen in love with Gabby? I don't follow her, so I don't know. But evidently these two have been together since November of last year. And he popped the question. She posted a video on Instagram, flashed her finger, and he said he put a ring on it. He seems very happy, and she posted this long, comment about how he's just an extra sweet, like the sweetest person that she knows, and he's there for her. And when she has problems, he tries to fix it, and he's just, all the lovey-dovey things that you're supposed to say when you get engaged. You're supposed to feel exactly the way that she feels. So good for her. Y'all know Rocky love. I can't even get my words. Y'all know Rocky love. I want all motherfuckers to be in love. And damn it, just seeing those two together. Hey, if they're happy, I'm happy. So, not sure when the wedding will be, but she and Brandon, congratulations to them as well, the new happy and engaged couple. Okay, you guys, so remember I told you guys, was that last week? Gosh, time goes by so quickly. I'm not sure if it was last week or the week before that Alex Trebek, who was the host of Jeopardy for over 20 years. He had died from pancreatic cancer. He has told the producer specifically that he wanted the show to go on. Please do not end this show with his death. It's hard for any of us to imagine anybody else in that role, but he specifically wanted that show to go on, and the producers and everybody involved has agreed to do so as well. So now they are testing out hosts for the position. So the first host for now, the guest host, is Ken Jennings. He was actually one of the big Jeopardy winners from back in the day. He will be the host until, I guess, they're going to put other people in there periodically to see who kind of sticks. I know there was a petition going around to put LeVar Burton in. I thought that he was the one that they had put in on the show. But then it turns out, no, it was just a petition. It got over 70,000 signatures. People wanted him to be put in the place. But when you think about it, you guys, 70,000 is not that much. I mean, 70,000 really is not that much for a show as huge as Jeopardy. So I guess they didn't feel like they could just go and put him in that place. It would be fairer if they just tested out a few people to see how they would fare there as well. But I mean, I don't mind seeing LeVar Burton. What is he? Is he still do Reading Rainbow? Does that still come on? Yeah, and then it'll be interesting to see who else they put in there. But like I said, it's hard to imagine anybody there doing it as well, with such suave, when he would say those words in the different languages. I was like, look at Alex up there flexing. I can't see anybody else doing it the way that he does. But the show must go on, so we'll see who they put in there. But yeah, we're still gonna miss Alex. And then lastly, you guys, the versus battle. We're gonna end this one this week just like we ended the one last week with the versus battle between Young Jeezy and Gucci Mane. You guys, if you didn't watch me on Instagram, I loved it. I enjoyed it immensely. I can't believe that I had told myself that I probably wasn't even going to watch the show. I mean, that show, I mean, it was like fucking watching it was like watching a mystery. Like, you didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, I literally was on the edge of my seat because y'all, for all of the reasons why I love Gucci, he's so fucking ignorant, for real. Like, people ask me, why do I love Gucci? He reminds me of, so you know how you have family members in your family, okay, your real hood ass family, your cousins or whatever, you know, they out there in them streets for real, but when they come around you, it's all love. You know, they've always been extra sweet to you. All right, will do anything for you, run to the store, you know, just sit, you know, they always say, I love you, cousin, come give you a hug. They make you laugh, okay, but you know that they ain't all the way right when they be in them streets. You know, you ain't really sure if they should be at your house because nigga might be wanted for something illegal, like something seriously illegal, you know, but you can always count on that cousin. You can contact him when some shit might be dicey. You might need him to take care of something for you. That's the reason why I love Gucci. It's the drug dealer girlfriend tendencies in me, y'all. Now, I really do like Young Jeezy as well. And I actually admire the fact that Young Jeezy has changed. I mean, we've seen him change over the years. At least I have since I've been in Atlanta. You know, from him being known as a snowman to being like a legitimate, for real business owner and, you know, businessman out here in Atlanta and trying to do the damn thing and just trying to be positive and, you know, well-spoken and just trying to make differences. So I love Jeezy for that reason, same reason why I love Gucci for the way that he is. And they both was exactly like that on the show. I knew that Jeezy would win if it came to hits because he has way more hits than Gucci. And so yeah, I enjoyed it, you guys. It was a good ass time. You know, once we could get started, it was about an hour late, and I was like, this is the most severe of CP time that I have ever seen. But once we got started, we got going good. And like I said, on the edge of the seat, bitch, I was like, I don't know what, you know. And even Gucci did get ignorant and get to saying some shit about the guy that had been killed, you know, that he had shot and killed. And I was like, please don't go there, Gucci. Like, let's not go there. Because when you start being disrespectful to, you know, Jeezy's homeboy who had got killed, I know the whole story. And, but let's, if you agreed to be there, let's not do that. Okay. No, I'm not saying that Gucci should turn the other cheek. If he doesn't want to, I mean, he could have been killed. And potentially, Jeezy could have been the one responsible for him being killed. That's always going to be in the air, even if Jeezy continues to say that he didn't have anything to do with it. You know, if I was Gucci, I wouldn't be so quick to be turning the other cheek either, you know. But what I'm saying is, if you agreed to be on the show, then at least let's be adult enough and professional enough to do this battle and not bring in all that extra shit. Okay, so I enjoyed it, man. It was a good ass time. It's hot as fuck in this car, you guys. Let me roll the window down a little bit. So if I was going to go by hits, Jeezy won. If I was just going to go by the actual battle, I think the culture won. That was something that we wanted to see. Every time they do one of these verses, we think it can't get any better. And each one just gives us something else that was missing. So this was for real the hood street element. We got all of them feels in this versus battle. Yeah, that's what I thought about it. What did you guys think about it? Who did you think won? You know, was you disappointed in Gucci? Did you love the speech that Jeezy gave, you know, trying to unite the two of them? At the end, with Gucci said it was all love, you know, no disrespect. I was like, you are a fucking mess. Okay, disrespectful the whole damn night, including getting there an hour fucking late. So anyway, you guys, that was it. I had my ass a good ass time. Did you? All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here because I need to still do Let's Talk About It. I want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. If you're going to be with your friends and family, then I would, you know, urge you all to be safe. my family is just going to be me and Mr. and Sita. Joe is not coming home until, he never comes home for Thanksgiving because he comes home for Christmas, and there's no sense in him coming for 2 weeks, go back to school, and you know, even though school is out. So, but he wanted to, anyway, y'all don't care about that. Yeah, so it'll just be us three, which is how it usually is. But for the rest of you who are going to be with more of your family, please just be safe. And that is it. I'm going to get off of here. We do this every single week. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.